Shalom, Israel. Shalom, shalom. This is gonna probably be a quick. Most likely, it's gonna have to be a quick live because I came out a little late because they be having me moving, man. Shalom, shalom, though, to everybody, man. Shalom. Yep. Shalom, shalom. I'm gonna give all praises, glory, honor to the one true power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Yahweh is the Most High God. Yahweh Shai is who the world ignorant. Spirit. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who been ruling well through the Spirit, teaching His word and believing His word, bringing forth 100% of the Most High's doctrine. Lord willing, the Most High continue to put it in their spirit to endure and to be sincere. In the mighty Shalom to the hopeful elect that are scattered four corners of the earth, teaching His word and believing His word to the best of their ability. Lord willing, the Most High continue to put in your spirit to endure and be sincere. And Shalom to the Aquathium that are believers of His word. Lord willing, you can continue on your lot, being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And Lord willing, the Most High have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. I was watching the elder apostle Gabar and the bishop and the elder apostle Rumlop Tuesday lesson live. Starting the beginning, they was getting in there, and this is what inspired me, to go into this live. They was talking about the elect, and it's some things that I've been saying in the past few videos about the testimonies, being in the truth, how you gotta work, the men of the Lord, and that just motivated me. So then I just kept thinking about elect, and then the next thing you know, the bishop was talking about Noah. Noah was the elect in his time and his family and Noah's wife. But then, like any other Jezebel that falls away from the task pressing towards the mark, she turned back around. And that's like men and women that get a taste of this truth and then turn around like it's something better over there. You know what I'm saying? So some men is in this thing as a eunuch with no woman, and some men is in this thing with a woman that actually is playing her role. It's going to be elect women in this thing, but they're going to play a lesser role because the Lord was dealing with Noah, right? And the Lord is dealing with Noah's wife and children through him, right? Let alone he's going to replenish the earth through his sons, right? So let's just get this. Like I said, we're going to get into like a deep spiritual conversation. The conversation is really the elect. The conversation is about the master of this plan, which is Hamashiach Yahushai. Hamashiach Yahushai is orchestrating everything. He's moving and taking people out because the Lord Yahweh gave him that position. So this is Genesis chapter 6, verse 1 all the way to 13. We can get into man's wickedness, and we get into Noah finds grace in the Most High. Grace and faith been here, but it comes in full effect when Yahweh Shai come in the flesh. So verse 1, it says, "And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, the sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they choose." Now, people would try to use this as giants. No, through the spirit, because the children of Israel, the Israelites wasn't on the earth, but that holy seed was here, which the Son of God is, which we have three parts of men, the Son of God. I forgot the other one, which is man. I forgot is another name that is a title for the other nations. And then you have the son of wickedness, son of perdition, which is Esau, which we even see in Revelations, the 9th chapter. The third of man will be destroyed, and after, like during the World War III, which is, a lot of Esau, a lot of people in his nation will be destroyed in the coming of Yahushua, right? I just had to show you that the Son of Man, right, the Son of God saw daughters of men, right, which is the other nations, that they were fear and that they took them wives of all which they choose. So this is the sons of God, the chosen seed, looking at the other nations in the midst, right? And Yahweh said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years, right? Because we still in the flesh after what Adam and Eve have done, with the serpent speaking smooth to Eve. Now we die. We were supposed to be immortal. Now we're mortal, right? That human nature, that human that human lust that we have. Verse 4, and there were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, right, and they bare them children to them, the same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown, right? And we even see this in the Maccabees too, right? Because even the sons of God were giants, right? We had a certain type of stature. Even when the Israelites really come into effect, they had a certain stature. Even when you look at Saul, he was taller than damn near all the Israelites, right? We had a certain type of stature, especially when we abide in the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You just had to make that clear because it says men of renown, right? Verse 5, it says, and God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. So the Lord seeing that wickedness was maxing out. So we're reading in the beginning of time, and look where we at the end of time. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning. Esau and the other nations that sit at his round table, the Lord is allowing them to max out in wickedness. I see the time of now in the time of old. In the time of Noah, I can see the time of now where God saw the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of thoughts of his heart was only evil continually, right? And the men of the Lord, which is really the sons of God, right? The children of the Lord, we're not growing in wickedness. But of course, you have some people that can be Israelites that obtain the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and they're probably promoting wickedness. They are not of the flock of the chosen seed that's the chosen within the chosen. You know, they're imposters. You know, because the real chosen in this truth is always an example of this truth. They're an example of Yahweh Shai. They're an example of another servant in this truth. All the men of the Lord reflect off of one another because we reflect on the same spirit, which is the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the Rakak Wadash, right? So verse 6, it says, and it repented Yahweh that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him in his heart. And Yahweh said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast and creepy thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them. Right? It's going to be a lot of death in the day of the Lord. Right? A lot of death. Even before he comes, it's going to be death. Like I'm watching Prison Break. If you ever watched it, it's a point in the fourth season, maybe the second episode, maybe the first, maybe it's the first, where he writes a number, it's 10,000 on a piece of paper. That's the first scene, and he just smiled. But then he goes to another person that is part of their elite circle, and he gave him that paper, and it said 10,000. He looking at it, he's saying, "Are you saying 10,000 people must die?" And he said, "Okay, I'm with it." You got to know the elites. They throw numbers on when they come up with a VV, with a vaccine, and say, hey, we're gonna bring out a bacteria, virus, whatever, and we're gonna put it out. How many people we want it to reach? 9,000, 50,000, a whole country if they want to. You got to watch the movie Trading Places. And don't watch it just like as a movie. Watch it that you're trying to see something spiritual out of it. You have to know the elites is gambling with people's lives. Even their own people in their own nation, they're gambling. Every day we gamble too. When you get a lease in a car, finance in a car, you're gambling. When you're doing trade, stock market, you're gambling. When you work a job, what if that boss just say, "Fuck it, I'm not about to pay you"? We're always gambling with life. You know, your car can have an engine light on. You're not a mechanic. You don't really know what's going on. You're gambling. You get on that airplane. You don't know that pilot, but that gambling comes with faith. With Yahweh Shem Shah really believing, we're believing, but how much? With all your heart, with all your might, we're gambling. But that's a faith gamble. That's a righteous gamble. You know. So you got to know everything is going to be. A lot of things is going to be destroyed. So when we looked at this, men are going to, so any woman or man that's moving like men of this world, moving into wickedness, you will be destroyed, just like the people that was destroyed in the time of Noah. The Lord only needs a few. So let's see, who is he talking about preserving, all right? This is verse 8. It says, but Noah found grace in the eyes of Yahweh. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man, which means righteous or virtuous, and perfect in his generation. And Noah walked with God, right? So if he walked with God, that means he was walking in a righteous standard. It says, and Noah begot 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The earth, and these are three black sons, Melon, right? The earth also was corrupted before God, and the earth was filled with violence, let alone the earth was defiled after what Cain did, but that was going to usher in Esau, right? But then defiling the earth is gonna bring more sin, more wickedness, more envy, more pride, more laziness. Verse 12, it says, and the Most High looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And look, even the sons of God, when we look at the children of Israel, even though the Lord, when we look at all Israel, the Lord is judging all Israel. Even if the men of the Lord, like Jeremiah, was serving him, all Israel got punished. So all of us had to come back in this thing again as a baby and not remember who we was before. And even if you came back and you are the men of the Lord or the daughters of Zion, the Lord had to make you come back and get back and learn the truth again. And as a nation, we rebelled. Some of us probably didn't do as bad as some, but some of us did things that was disobedient to the Lord, you know? And all of us had to get cleansed. For me to grow to have his knowledge, I have to desire it. The Lord has to put it in me to desire this, because I can't desire this on my own, right? I have to be willing to say, you know what, I need to be guided in this, right? Because you want to be humbled in this thing, right? But evilness grew in the earth. That's why I said in the beginning, the Lord allowed wickedness to max out. So now that it maxed out, this is the Lord looking like he's looking for, he found Noah, right? A just man out of all corrupted people, right? Verse 13, and the Most High said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth, right? I will destroy them with the earth, right? I'm gonna skip past. I'm gonna skip past 14 to 16 because that's him going into building the ark. Let's go to verse 17. It says, behold, I, even I, do bring a flood of water upon the earth to destroy all flesh, wherein is the breath of life from under heaven, and everything that is in the earth shall die. But with thee will I establish my covenant, which is a promise, an oath. And thou shalt come into the ark, thou and thy sons, and thy wife, and thy sons and wives with thee. So in this truth now, the men of the Lord, the men of the Lord are the saviors. We're like Noah. The men of the Lord that's laying themselves down daily, not once a day, not one time out the week. They're daily knocking. They're daily at the door. They're building an ark for the rest of the sheep to come on. Every time they feeding and you watching that lesson, through the spirit, right? You're getting on the ark. You know, every day if you find yourself, man, I need to watch a lesson. Oh, hey, I need to do a lesson. Hey, I'm reading. You're on the ark. You're occupying yourself on the ark. Now, for the ones that's watching, like, a lot of us, all of us should be watching videos. While you watching videos, you're getting on the ark. Like I was just watching Apostle Gabar and the Bishop, I'm on the ark. I'm getting on the ark. And if I know every Tuesday you're doing a lesson, I'm on the ark. I was watching Elder Tahar when I first came to work. I'm on the ark, you know? Every time you're getting the same understand, you go into the same teachers. You ain't trying to go to a new teacher that's teaching something different. You staying in the same teachers that the Lord have given you, right? Or if you under another head, and he like, look, they don't got the truth. I believe all of us should be teaching the same thing. Like I have to, be respectful for my own congregation. Yarmayan is the head of our congregation, and he feel that the elder and apostles have 100% truth. So us, we got to do our due diligence. Okay, let's see a video. Keep watching them. The Lord is not letting us see anything to contradict these brothers, and the Lord is not revealing anything that's probably making us feel like, oh man, this is not right. And if we don't get it, we gotta pray, we gotta fast, we gotta go talk to our brothers so we can get the understanding, right? But in most cases, the Lord been allowing us to understand these things. You know what I'm saying? And that's through the mercy of the Most High, because His elect, His chosen, the ones that He's gonna make a savior, the 144,000, they're gonna get this so that they can go teach this. You know, if Noah is building the ark, look at it as the men of the Lord teaching. And because when you make the ark, what is you doing? You're building. What is edifying? Building up. Go look up the etymology. Edifying is building up. So the men of the Lord is building up their ark, right? And whoever is getting edified, they're in the ark, because the ark is building up. Edifying is building up. So every time you always want to hear a lesson, you're watching a lesson, you're in the ark and you're getting builded up. So when the Lord do come, which with that fire, which the earth will already be kindled, your ark is going to be built and it's going to be moving through that ocean. But really, when it's built, that's the coming of Yahushua, right? But every day we got to be built until the Lord take the men of the Lord off the corner, right? But I'm sorry for that. Verse 19, it says, and every living thing of all flesh, two of every sort shall thou bring into the ark to keep them alive with thee. They shall be male and female. Uh, that's basically. Do I want to go down? No, I don't want to just keep, because then eventually it goes into like the flood, the water prevails, and where the ark rested at. Do I want to go here? Da, 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 da. Right. This is Genesis chapter 9, verse 8. It says, and God spake to Noah and to his sons with him, saying, and I, behold, I establish my covenant with you and with your seed after you, and with every living creature that is with you, and of the fowl of the cattle, and of every beast of the earth with you, from all that go out the ark to every beast of the earth. And I will establish my covenant with you, neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood. See, he said, neither shall all flesh be cut any more by the waters of the flood. neither shall there be any more be a flood to destroy the earth. Right? He's talking about a flood of water. But Yahweh Shai is going to come with fire, you know, because fire replenished the earth. A flood, that's just water. Things get soaked up, leaves start growing. If that water comes down, it's still going to be land. But fire can destroy it and it can create land again, right? But the Lord is not going to come with water this time. You know, you got some people trying to say the Lord coming with a tsunami. No, he's going to come with fire, you know, these nukes. And the whole point was to talk about the elect. You seen how the Lord was speaking to Noah. And when we look at it in this time, the Lord on the right hand side is speaking through the men of the Lord. How can we know? Is if we're getting builded up, you know, because the whole point when Yahweh Shai came to bring his ministry, he found people and said, follow me. And when they followed, they became converts, returning back to the Lord in love and obedience, understanding Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. And they had to hear what John was saying. And this is who John was talking about. You understand? Shoot, you had Philip said, hey, this is the one that Moses was talking about, you know? And you want to have that feeling, you want to be that person in the spirit, right? But in this lifetime to say, hey, I believe in the Most High and his son. I know his son is a so-called black man, and he came here to save black Latinos and natives. And if you don't know that, you should be trying to go learn that, you know, what I brought out the other day, being guided. Every last one of us need to be guided. Hey, I wasn't even reading chapters at work. I was watching lessons. So I said, dang, how can I do what video should I bring out? Because I'm always trying to either do chapters, I'm trying to go deep, I'm trying to go into history. Everybody is everywhere. So it motivated me to talk about the elite. So then when the elders talked about Noah, but they didn't go into it, I just said, you know what? We're about to go into Noah. And what did I do? I read Noah. So I got guided to bring out this lesson. Because it need to be talked about, because a lot of people don't believe in the elect. Like some of these congregations, they're trying to come outside to teach everybody, but they're not thinking about we should be going out to teach the elect. You shouldn't have one season you come out to teach the word. Oh, it's camp season because it's warm. No, you should be teaching every day, because Israel is out here every day, you know? But family, Lord willing, this is edifying. If it wasn't, hey, we're gonna do it again. But if you really wanted to get deep in, if you do have it, but if you don't, you know, that was they was getting in there. You know what I'm saying? They was getting in there. But like I said again, this we only in this thing for the elect. If you're not trying to act like the elect, if you're not thinking of the elect, you know, if you're not thinking of the elect, if you're not trying to be the elect to get beamed up out of here, you're done. You know, your mind should be on the prize. You know, but a lot of people think their prize is in America. Like, this is why reading, this is why learning is very important. And if you don't want to read, if you don't want to learn, you're helpless in this society, you know. But Lord willing, shalom.